Hello guys, welcome to another session. In this session we are going to look into props. So let's understand what actually props is. So far whatever we have seen, either it is a functional component or a class component, we are creating the component which has the static values. So now the question comes over here is how we can create a component which will accept values from outside and we can reuse the component without writing again and again. So to understand this, suppose that if we want to convert our this static header into a dynamic header where whenever a user can log in, then he should be greeted with a welcome message as well as membership detail. For example, if you are designing a site which contains membership logic like gold member, platinum member, silver member, so you want to design such logic where user will log in, then the name of the user should display along with the details about the membership. So to design such dynamic behavior where component can accept the data from users or say dynamic data from outside, then props comes into picture. So you can think prop as a parameter within a function which sent through component as an argument and that value is being used within the component. So how we can implement this? So the first step, we need to specify the props as a parameter over here. It is a standard practice in React. You should give it a name props. A props is a shorter version of properties. So you can read it like the properties of header is various keys, whether it should be a name, whether it should be a membership, and that we will pass it through the component when we will use it. So here now I specified that prop. Now I am going to use it. So I am going to keep it welcome, and then over here I need to specify the name. This name I haven't defined yet. Whenever I will send it through the component, on that time I will pass it as an attribute. So let's write it props.name. Save it. So now we have introduced a name property over here. So now the second step is you should go to the app.js where we are using this header component and we need to specify the property like name equal to, and we need to specify the name which we want to pass it. For example, David, and save it over here. So let's jump into the browser to see the output. And then you will find that it has successfully displayed the dynamic value and the value which we are passing through header component as an attribute. So now let's proceed further. So this we have seen that how to pass a single value. Same way you can pass the multiple value. As it is an object, it is going to be an object, so we can pass the multiple. For example, I am going to convert it as the first name and the last name, and over here I will specify the value. I tell that Johnson, save it, and over here within header I need to specify first name, and same way I can use another one, props.lname, save it. Let's look into the output. So let's go to the browser. So you will see it over here. It has successfully displayed both the properties. So let's proceed further. So we have seen that how to use props in functional component. Let's understand how to use props in class component. So to use the props in class component, we need to use a keyword called this. And then we need to specify. First we need to use the curly braces, and within that I need to specify this dot props dot and the props which I am going to define. So I will tell that dashboard message, copy this one, save it. Now I need to pass this dashboard message attribute. I need to pass some dynamic value, for example dashboard summary. This is for demonstration purpose. So this message will be displayed within the main content area. So let's look into the output, and you will find it over here. It has displayed the message which we have passed through an attribute, and this message is being displayed over here with the help of this keyword, this dot props dot dashboard message. So it is pretty much straightforward. So now we have understand that how to pass property within functional component as well as the class component. Now there was a requirement which I mentioned you. Our welcome message should also contain subheading that will display the membership details. So let's look into that, how we can achieve this. So let's go to the app.js, and this time I'm not going to use this closing bracket. I can use the closing tag over here, header, and within that I will tell that membership detail, and I want to print it into h3 header 3, and over here I will specify the message platinum member. Now I have provided this value. So how I can retrieve this value? If you look into the output, then you will find that it is not being retrieved. You will see it over here. I want that below it will display the membership detail. So how we can achieve this? Let's look into that. So to achieve this, we need to do the following changes. First, we will wrap this into a single div, as it is a requirement to keep it into a single div so that it will accept by React. So take it and put it over here. And here we need to specify within the curly braces, then it will accept it, props dot, and here we need to specify children. Save it. Let's look into the output. So let's go to the browser. So you will see it over here. It has retrieved that value which we have passed within the header component. So let's proceed further. So now we have understand that how it is easy to pass the dynamic value within the functional component as well as the class component with the help of props, and we can also retrieve the inner elements within the component with the help of children properties of props. So this is what I wanted to demonstrate you in this session. In the next session we will discuss about state in React. So on this note I am stopping over here. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, take care.